here. I always get asked, how do you spend the day, working? What is your morning routine? What is your evening routine? How do you stay productive and focused? How do you stay energetic and so on? So I thought today, actually, I share a little peek behind the curtain on what's going on in my life, how I work. I must say the one thing that really helped me a lot is a couple of years ago when I changed the way of eating and my lifestyle and so on. I became so much more productive, and I'm continuously refining and improving it. I'm probably really a productivity hacker or something like that. So you might want to listen to that a little bit. The one thing I do is I set myself up with a really, really good morning routine. I learned, and I swear on a good morning routine. So for example, in the morning I get up, I have my lemon water, and then I have a meditation, and then I do some gym, and then I prepare my smoothie, and then I normally journal a little bit and write morning pages. For me, this morning routine is really what grounds me, right? And what helps me to have a super productive day. The smoothie helps, the lemon water helps, the meditation, all these things together have put that together. So I'm feel good, I'm energetic, I'm happy, and I can sustain a quite rough day I'm having. I work a lot. I actually need to cut a little bit down, but for me to keep energetic is important, the morning routine. By the way, I just was on my Facebook group where I shared that morning routine more in detail than I do here today. So if you're interested, the link for my Facebook group is in the description. And I also just wrote a blog post, or published one. It was written before, where you can read actually about my morning routine, and that is in the comments here, right? So you have those two, you can check them out. Now, once I'm done with my early morning routine, I get up into my fish eagles den, which I call it now, and I sit down and I start to get creative. And at that time, I normally just, check out my day. I make sure everything is scheduled and ready. I spend the morning mostly in helping my clients, doing some communication with them, preparing my sessions. I do also my prospecting, right? Sales activities, marketing activities, and writing content. Not always every morning, because I spend a lot of time actually preparing my sessions for my clients, with my clients. So I am ready, because in the afternoon I only do client coaching calls, and maybe some new clients who are interested to work with me, but it's all in the afternoon happening because of my time zone difference. So I take really in the morning, I take the time to prepare all that one. Hi, nice meeting you, Rashid. Great having you here. So I spend my morning working very hard. What is super important for me is to have some breaks in between. So normally I schedule an hour, 90 minutes, and then I have a break, make maybe a cup of tea, do the same thing in the afternoon. So I have the cup of tea now, drinking actually. And I, stretch a little bit, have a little bit snack in between or so. Very important to have breaks so you can work focused in between. I have lunch between 1 and 2 o'clock, and normally we have a relatively quick lunch and try to go for a walk. Not always managing that, but that is something I really enjoy, like a break and have a lunch break. That's really great, and we have that together with my husband. And then in the afternoon, I have my client session, as I mentioned. I try to have a little bit breaks in between. I must say sometimes it goes really one into the other. So for me, that's a very, very intense time, and normally I'm exhausted after that. I have, by the way, I have theme days. So I have certain days I do coach and other days I don't, where I normally spend more time either catching up or doing a little bit more marketing, content creation, creating of my products and programs and things like that as well. And I try to take off Friday, but it never works like that. And then in the evening, I actually have a relaxing time. So I love my bath. For me, that's kind of the ultimate self-care, where I have a really nice bath, and then we have dinner together, and either we watch maybe a little series or I read or something. I just try to relax. And then just before going to bed, I do another meditation. Oh, and I forgot, I plan my next day. And that's one of my big other things that I highly recommend. Plan today Plan Tomorrow Today. There's a book, I think, like this even, where really it helps you to get ready for the next day when you plan everything. So I would like to know, what is your routine every day? Or do you have a morning routine? Do you have an evening routine? I love journaling as well, that I do often. I do it actually in the morning as well. I forgot to mention that. Sometimes in the evening, when I especially I kind of when I plan my next day, I review my existing day. So I count my wins. I have 3 things I'm grateful for. I journal a little bit. So I really like those routines to keep grounded. So, what's your routine that you're having that helps you to have super happy and productive days? Right, I think I said everything I wanted to share. So now you know all about me and how I spend my days normally. I would like again know how you, if you have any questions, type in the comments, even if it's the replay. If you want to know more about how to do morning routines, check out either my blog post or join my group where I have that video and a lot of other tips as well, overcoming emotional eating, weight issues, and help you to have a better health and address chronic conditions as well. I hope that was helpful. I look forward to hearing from you, and until next week, I see you. It's Andrea Caprio. Bye.